Let me ask you something. Have you ever told yourself, when I finally achieve this, I'll be happy? Maybe you believed happiness would arrive after success, after stability, or after reaching a goal you worked very hard for. But have you ever noticed something strange? When you finally reach that goal, the feeling of happiness often does not stay for very long. For a moment, you feel proud, maybe even excited, and then life quietly returns to normal. Soon, another goal appears, another problem appears, another thing you must fix or improve. If this sounds familiar, you are not alone. Many people live their entire lives inside this invisible chase. Happiness always seems to live somewhere in the future. But what if the real problem is not that you are doing too little? What if the problem is that happiness was never meant to be chased at all? Today, we will explore a different way of understanding happiness, one that might change how you see your entire life. And if this lesson gave you something useful, you can also support the channel by joining the membership. Don't worry, all episodes will always stay free for everyone. Membership is simply an optional way to support the channel and help this little learning community grow. Every bit of support truly makes a difference. With love, let's dive in. Why do achievements rarely satisfy us for long? Many people experience this moment, but rarely talk about it. After months or even years of effort, they finally achieve something they deeply wanted. It could be a promotion, a personal goal, or a big life improvement. At first, the feeling is exciting. There is pride, relief, and satisfaction. But slowly, something unexpected happens. The strong emotion fades away. The excitement becomes normal life again. Suddenly, the mind begins looking for the next improvement, the next achievement, the next reason to feel complete. This experience can feel confusing. People may quietly ask themselves, "Why don't I feel happier than this?" The truth is that achievements are meaningful, but they cannot create permanent happiness. They provide moments of joy, but not lasting peace. When happiness depends only on reaching goals, the mind never truly rests. It simply continues searching for the next finish line. Why does happiness disappear after we reach goals? The human mind is designed to adapt very quickly. When something new enters our life, the brain reacts with excitement because the experience feels fresh and different. But after a short time, the brain begins to treat this new situation as normal. What once felt special slowly becomes part of everyday life. Psychologists often call this process adaptation. It means the mind quickly adjusts to improvements. Because of this, the emotional reward of success rarely lasts as long as people expect. After adaptation happens, the brain begins searching again. It looks for the next improvement that might create another moment of excitement. This pattern is very common in modern life. People move from goal to goal, always expecting the next achievement to finally create lasting happiness. But the cycle continues repeating. The mind keeps chasing new rewards, while quietly forgetting to appreciate what is already present. Why do busy lives still feel unsatisfying? Many people today live extremely productive lives. They work hard, stay organized, and constantly try to improve themselves. Their days are full of responsibilities, plans, and goals. From the outside, this kind of life may look successful and impressive. But inside, a quiet question sometimes appears. Even with progress and achievement, something still feels incomplete. The mind begins to wonder why satisfaction feels so temporary. This happens because constant movement can slowly disconnect us from the present moment. When the mind focuses only on the next task or the next improvement, it stops noticing what already exists. Beautiful moments may appear during the day, but they pass quickly because attention is somewhere else. Over time, life becomes a long series of preparations for the future instead of experiences in the present. People spend years preparing for happiness instead of allowing themselves to actually feel it. What if happiness is quieter than we think? When people imagine happiness, they often picture strong emotions. They imagine laughter, celebration, and moments of intense joy. Movies and social media often show happiness as something loud and dramatic. Because of this, many people believe happiness must always feel exciting and powerful, but real fulfillment often feels very different. Instead of excitement, it may feel like calm. Instead of intensity, it may feel like quiet balance. Imagine a moment where your mind is not worrying about the future or comparing your life with someone else's. Imagine simply feeling comfortable with the present moment, even if everything is not perfect. This quiet feeling may not look impressive from the outside, but inside, it creates something extremely valuable. It creates peace. And for many people, discovering this calm form of happiness becomes one of the most important shifts they ever experience. Why does the mind always look to the future? The human mind loves the future because the future is full of imagination. When we think about tomorrow, we imagine improvement. We imagine solving problems, achieving goals, and becoming a better version of ourselves. Because of this, the mind naturally believes that happiness must exist somewhere ahead. It whispers small promises like, "Life will feel better when this difficult period is over," or "Everything will feel easier once this goal is completed." These thoughts feel reasonable, so we follow them without questioning. But something interesting happens when we live this way. The present moment slowly becomes less important. Instead of experiencing life now, we begin to treat today as preparation for tomorrow. Weeks turn into months, and months turn into years. And suddenly, people realize they spent a long time preparing for a life that was already happening around them. Why does the mind always find new worries? Even during peaceful moments, the mind often searches for new problems. A small issue appears, and suddenly the mind begins analyzing it again and again. Many people believe this habit helps them stay responsible or prepared, but constant mental activity can quietly steal attention from the present moment. Instead of enjoying calm moments, the mind fills them with worry about what might go wrong next. This creates a feeling that peace is temporary and fragile. Even when life is stable, the mind stays busy scanning for possible problems. Over time, this habit can make happiness feel very far away. But the truth is that the mind is simply following a pattern it learned over many years. When people begin to notice this pattern, they can slowly change their relationship with their thoughts. They begin to understand that not every thought deserves their attention. Why do we feel pressure to always be positive? In modern culture, happiness is often presented as something we should always feel. Social media shows smiling faces, perfect moments, and successful lifestyles. Because of this constant image of positivity, many people begin to believe that negative emotions are somehow wrong. When they feel sadness, stress, or frustration, they may think they are failing at life. This pressure can create a very unhealthy idea called toxic positivity. It suggests that people must always stay optimistic, even when they are struggling. but real life includes many different emotions. Feeling tired, uncertain, or disappointed does not mean something is wrong with you. It simply means you are human. When people allow themselves to experience their real emotions honestly, something surprising happens. Instead of feeling weaker, they often feel calmer and more balanced. True happiness does not require pretending that life is always perfect. What happens when we stop chasing happiness? When people stop chasing happiness as a future goal, their attention slowly shifts. Instead of constantly asking, "What is missing?" they begin asking a different question. They begin asking, "What is already here?" This small shift can change the way people experience everyday life. Suddenly, ordinary moments begin to feel more meaningful. A quiet morning becomes peaceful instead of boring. A simple conversation becomes enjoyable instead of unimportant. Even short moments of rest begin to feel valuable. When attention returns to the present moment, life begins to feel richer and more detailed. Nothing dramatic needs to change in the outside world. The real change happens inside awareness. People begin to realize that many peaceful moments were always available. They simply moved too quickly to notice them before. Why is the idea of enough so difficult? For many people, the word enough feels uncomfortable. Modern life constantly encourages improvement and comparison. There is always a new level of success to reach, a better lifestyle to pursue, or a higher expectation to meet. Because of this environment, the mind becomes trained to believe that what we have now is never quite enough. But this belief quietly creates endless dissatisfaction. No matter how much progress someone makes, the mind continues searching for something more. Learning to recognize enough does not mean giving up ambition or growth. It simply means allowing yourself to appreciate the value of the present moment while still moving forward in life. When people begin to practice this mindset, something changes inside them. The constant pressure to chase happiness slowly fades, and a deeper sense of calm satisfaction begins to appear. Why do peaceful moments sometimes feel uncomfortable? For many people, calm moments feel strange at first. When life suddenly becomes quiet, the mind does not always relax immediately. Instead, it may begin searching for something to think about, something to fix, or something to worry about. This happens because many of us are used to constant activity. Busy schedules, responsibilities, and endless information train the mind to stay active all the time. When the mind finally experiences silence, it may not know what to do with it. Some people even feel slightly restless during peaceful moments. But this reaction is completely normal. The mind simply needs time to adjust to a slower rhythm. When people allow themselves to stay with these calm moments instead of escaping them, something interesting begins to happen. The mind slowly settles, thoughts become less intense, and a quiet feeling of balance begins to grow inside. What happens when we notice the present moment? When people start paying real attention to the present moment, life begins to reveal details that were previously invisible. Many experiences that once seemed ordinary start to feel more meaningful. The warmth of sunlight, the sound of birds, the comfort of a familiar place, or the feeling of a calm breath suddenly becomes noticeable. These moments were always there, but the mind was usually too busy to recognize them. Attention acts like a light. Whatever we focus on becomes clearer and more vivid. When attention stays trapped in worries about the future, the present moment feels empty. But when attention returns to what is happening right now, life begins to feel fuller. People often discover that simple moments carry a quiet kind of beauty. This awareness does not require special circumstances. It only requires the willingness to slow down and truly notice the life that is already unfolding. Why do small moments bring real joy? Many people believe that joy must come from big achievements or special events. They imagine that happiness will appear during major celebrations, dramatic successes, or life-changing experiences. While those moments can certainly bring excitement, they usually happen only occasionally. Everyday life, however, is filled with smaller experiences that quietly support our well-being. A friendly conversation, a peaceful walk, a moment of laughter, or even a quiet cup of tea can create gentle feelings of contentment. These moments may not appear dramatic, but together they form the real texture of our lives. When people begin to notice and appreciate these small experiences, something powerful happens. Life begins to feel less rushed and more meaningful. Joy becomes something that appears naturally during ordinary moments, instead of something that must be chased through constant achievement. What does a gentler way of living look like? A gentler way of living does not mean giving up goals or responsibility. Instead, it means changing the relationship we have with ourselves and our expectations. Many people place enormous pressure on themselves to constantly improve, succeed, and prove their value. This pressure can quietly create stress and exhaustion. When people adopt a gentler mindset, they begin treating themselves with more patience and understanding. They allow space for mistakes, slow progress, and imperfect days. Instead of demanding constant happiness, they accept that life includes many emotional experiences. Some days will feel joyful, while others may feel difficult or uncertain. Accepting this natural rhythm can create surprising emotional strength. Life stops feeling like a constant test that must be passed perfectly. Instead, it becomes a process of learning, growing, and experiencing moments as they come. Could happiness already be here right now? Sometimes happiness feels far away simply because we are looking in the wrong direction. Many people search for happiness in the future, believing it will arrive after certain goals are achieved or certain problems disappear. But when people begin to slow down and observe their lives more carefully, they often discover something unexpected. Happiness is not always a dramatic emotion waiting at the end of a long journey. Often it appears as a quiet sense of appreciation for what already exists. It may appear during a peaceful moment, a meaningful connection with another person, or a simple feeling of gratitude for the present day. When people stop rushing through life and start noticing these small experiences, they begin to realize something important. Happiness was never hiding somewhere far away. In many ways, it was quietly present all along, waiting to be noticed. And if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss the next lesson. Your support means so much. It keeps this space alive and growing. With love, thank you for being here, and I can't wait to continue this journey with you.